This is Good Morning Kansas with Jordan Shefty.
I just talked with a neighbor who lives just steps from where this shooting happened. She said her family was woken up by about 6 gunshots. They thought it was fireworks until they looked out and saw all the police out here, and that's when they saw a man laying in the street. You can see there are cars that are spun out. Here's one going right next to us. Cars spun out all over the place up here this morning. Oh gosh, it is awful. There are still items everywhere out here, proof of the tragedy that took place at these mobile homes just last night. Take a look at this. This is a towel that was used to wrap around the head of the woman who was grazed by the stray bullet. And if you continue on down this way, you can see this glass shattered. This is where the bullet entered their mobile home. We continue our coverage this morning of the highway shootings in Kansas City. Investigators are trying to track down a possible serial shooter. At least 20 vehicles have been shot at since March 8th. KAKE's David Marcus says the FBI is now getting involved. You're looking at 188 pounds of marijuana, an unbelievable sight, but what hits you first is the smell. Each of these bricks is wrapped in a dryer sheet. It kind of smells like we're standing in the middle of a laundromat. Shocker fans that are going to be heading to St. Louis to cheer on the team. We have got 7 charter buses here that are going to be filled with fans. That's about 350 people, and when you've got that many people, you've got to have a way to organize them, right? So check out these signs that they've made. I don't think anyone's going to be getting lost on this trip. We are at 55th and Mays at one of the homes that did receive extensive damage from that tornado that came through last night. Now I am joined now by ABC News' Ginger Z. Now Ginger, you've been out here in the thick of it. Tell me what you've been seeing as you drive around.
Right, and we were storm chasing yesterday. I targeted Ponca City first, and then I saw this storm blew up, and I had to get to it.
It's coming down again. Right now it's just a light, very pretty snow. We are on the scene this morning of a rollover accident on Kellogg. I'll give you a look here. It's right over the overpass. Long line of cars and a lot of people that are showing up here to partake in the protest. You can see here behind me, they're lining up here at the entrance to the plant, stopping cars as they try to enter, just trying to get their point across. Those pictures you shared were beautiful.
Yeah, there's more on Facebook. Go
Those were on your Facebook page, our KAKE Facebook page. We reached over 100,000 likes. So we really thank you all. We appreciate it, and we thank you for trusting us as your news source.
It's cool to see that big number on there.
It is. It's incredible. A very scary situation for those who were inside the building. I'm actually joined right now by Carl Sizemore. He lives in that building that was on fire. First of all, Carl, you are okay this morning, right?
Yes, I'm fine.
And you are attributing your safety to one of your neighbors. Tell me about that.
Yeah, Nikki Perkins, she come over and beat it on the door, and in turn we all started beating on everybody's door to get everybody out. It took us maybe 3 minutes and we was out of the building.
Wow, and Nikki, she had to take pretty extreme measures to get out of the building.
Yeah, she jumped off the second floor balcony to get out because she couldn't make it to the hallway. When I looked out, the whole front was all engulfed in flames.
Take a look at this pickup. It has 1, 2, 3 windows smashed out. Glass covers the seats inside. It's one of several cars broken into at one apartment complex overnight. The Shockers' success putting Wichita in the nation's spotlight, providing some free advertising for the city.
And on an off day, Kansas fans explore, finding out St. Louis has more to offer than just a great basketball environment.
And Wichita State and KU will both play today, looking to advance to the next round of the NCAA tournament. And those are our top stories for today. It's Sunday, March 23rd. I'm Jordan Shefty.
And I'm Blake Smith. Welcome to Good Morning Kansas. It's a big basketball day.
It is. That's all anyone's talking about. Yeah. Shockers, KU, they're going strong. And hopefully we'll have 2 Kansas teams advancing to the next round.
Yeah, it's going to be tough competition, though. Wichita State going up against Kentucky, a really good team, but Wichita State is awesome.
I know. So. It'll be exciting to watch.
And then KU against Stanford, so another great game, but we'll pull them off.
We'll pull them off. Yeah. That's right. We can do it. And not quite as exciting, the weather. It's a little chilly out there.
The weather is always exciting. I don't know what you're talking about, Jordan. Yeah. But it's going to be a great day to stay inside because it's going to be pretty cold out there later on this afternoon.
Okay, that's what we like to hear.
And here's something you don't want to see over.
We start with local breaking news this morning. A 21-year-old is in critical condition following an early morning rollover accident. It happened on K15 near 31st Street South just after 6. The man was partially ejected ejected from the vehicle. Police are working to determine whether alcohol played a role in the crash. K-15 is currently blocked off north of 31st Street South, so keep that in mind as you're heading out this morning. And on a lighter note now, the Wichita State Shockers and Kansas Jayhawks preparing for the next step on the road to a championship. Both teams just hours away from taking on their next opponents. KAKE's Shane Ewing has a preview of the WSU game. We are enjoying it, and today is back to business on the basketball court, but yesterday was an off day for Kansas teams and fans. In the road to the championship, KAKE's Annette Lawless caught up with fans as they explored St. Louis. That's what we like to hear. Shocker Nation travels strong. Well, Wichita may have an unpaid group of people to thank for some additional marketing. This week, the City Council approved a hotel tax increase to get more marketing dollars to promote Wichita. But KAKE's Lily Wu found some people who think the Shockers' success on the court is doing more for marketing the city. And stay with KAKE News for continuing coverage of the Shockers and KU on the road to the championship. Go to KAKE.com and click on the Sports tab for our online Road to the Championship coverage. And just ahead on Good Morning Kansas, graffiti isn't all that uncommon, unfortunately, but an offensive message on a South Wichita building has some speaking out. And a crime trend is emerging in Wichita at local car washes. Find out why owners are on alert next in our Crime Tracker.
Each year we cover hundreds of accidents, but rarely do we see the aftermath. What happens after the flashing lights leave, after the broken pieces are cleaned up? Well, KAKE's Jordan Shefty was invited into the home of a family who's experienced the highs and lows of recovering after an accident and brings us this inspirational story of support and the fight to succeed.
That's where the accident happened, in the middle of the intersection.
It only takes a second for a life to be changed forever. On June 27, 2010, the Webb family received the call.
It rang plain as day, and it was Officer Wiggins.
Their 15-year-old daughter, Churston, had been involved in a serious car accident.
She wasn't moving or anything.
Churston had a skull fracture at the base of her head. All the neural connections in her brain were disconnected. The growth plate in her right wrist was crushed and her pelvis broken in multiple places. The prognosis wasn't good.
They said she had a slim chance, which of course you never expect that. That can't be.
Doctors told the family to consider her quality of life, even to start thinking about organ donation. This was Churston right after the accident, and this is Churston today, just 3 years later.
It doesn't feel like it's me. It feels like I'm looking at somebody else.
Churston's road to recovery included 19 days in the ICU, followed up by 3 months at a rehabilitation hospital where she had treatments from 8 to 5, 6 days a week.
We took one day at a time.
We didn't think too much in the future. We
just one day at a time.
Watched the progress and
did what we could do. We're there for her as long as we needed to.
The scholar athlete with a love for riding horses had to start over from scratch.
She was a baby in a woman's body learning everything. She had to learn, as Linda said, to eat, talk. She had no motor skills. She went from a national swimmer, softball player, to not being able to do anything.
Today, her progress is incredible. This young woman, who doctors once thought might not even live through the night, graduated high school this past spring, and this fall, she's continuing her education at a technical college.
But I did really good on my tests, and hey, maybe I'm not really as smart as a rock. I'm a little smarter.
And most people that knew her before, she's a Churston. She's back to being normal, which everybody told us the entire time that's impossible and it will never happen. She'll never be 100% herself. She will not go to college.
Defying the odds, her biggest obstacle today is being tired. And while she has yet to get back up on her horse, she has plans to eventually overcome that task, hoping her determination and unbelievable story will inspire others with traumatic brain injuries.
What other purpose was there for it besides, you know, molding me into who I am? But the bigger aspect of that, I think, is helping other people.
Her accident, a setback that has driven her to succeed.
Our walk and talking miracle.